Hey guys, it's the SSJ Blackberry here, and I'm with a new video today. Sorry I've been away for so long. I've just been caught up in so much stuff right now, from family issues to just other things in personal life, like school and all. But now I can finally get back to uploading. Today I'm just gonna be doing a quick little first view at Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Just came out today even, and this is the global version of it. I've been waiting for this game for I think a couple months now. But hey, let's get into it. So first here, this is going to be the starting team for everything, as we know, since it only came out like almost an hour ago. So the game isn't too expansive right now. Still just a bit in the makings and the works. But yeah. The game only came out recently, so it's not too much of an issue. But even so, I play a bit of the JP side, so I know what I'm really doing. This is the tutorial. If you really want to watch it, you can play it yourself. I'll leave a link for the download of the game in the description below, because I feel that you should really play this game and even watch the anime. If you're more of a manga reader, then go ahead and read it, because it gets quite interesting in the end. With the anime skipping some of the most important scenes, like the one versus assault mode Meliodas, they really shortened the fight down, and it just wasn't as good as it was in the anime. I wish it was a little bit better, but hey, I guess get what you get. And yeah. But even so, the game is actually quite nice with the 3D touch and all. It kind of brings the characters to life. You can play through the story, even go through how the Sins met each other. Well, not how they met, but more like their origin stories in a bit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you'll learn about it soon enough. Because I do plan on making a playthrough on this. Not much of a playthrough, but more like summoning, walkthroughs and all. You know, just the type of stuff. But even so, the game is quite interesting as a whole. And with most of the JP stuff, we already know what's coming ahead, and it's quite fun. Because soon enough we may see Escanor and the Ten Commandments. And with how far the anime is through the manga already, we may see even future characters such as the 4 Archangels. And that would be fun to see. I actually wouldn't mind playing Ludociel. And sorry if I haven't pronounced that name right. I'm not too good at name pronunciation and all. But even so, as you can see, the game is quite intervention with how it plays art style. Nothing is too lifelike, well, nothing is too out of quality. It's quite interesting, and it's a very nice game to play. I would recommend it to play along, well, whatever other gacha game you're playing. But as you know, with every gacha game, it always has its ups and downs of rates. So it's always a bit odd to play. But even so, the game is quite funny when you think about it. With how the art style of it looks, nothing is too out of place. Because as we see here, this is the first episode where Meliodas meets Elizabeth for the 137th time, is it? I don't know. But it's somewhere around there. I think, at least. But yeah. In this, we basically see how Meliodas met Elizabeth, and how he basically came to regroup the Sins again. And when you think about it, the only reason the Sins ever came back together again is because Elizabeth came out to go find them. If that never happened, Meliodas would have never went out to find the Sins again, probably. And it's quite funny to think that, actually. Because with how the game operates, it's quite smooth graphics, making it very fun to play and quite easy to learn. Because as you see here, it has, well, the game style play is more interesting as it's more of a first person, well, not first person, I'll say third person combat view, turn-based, making it similar towards, what is it called? Not Dokkan, but more similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! And all, where you have to play cards and all. And that's what makes the game interesting. The game gradually gets harder, and then, when you get to the end of it, you can basically strive to become the best in anything. And yes, I did pre-register the game, so I basically get some of the pre-registered things. And I suggest you play now while you can, before it actually, well, I should say the pre-registration goes out of date. Because the game is very expansive and very fun to play. Because as you know, you can see, here we got more of a, what is it called, RPG? No, wait, not RPG. I think it's MMO. But basically where you can just explore, well, I should say more of an expansive game, where you can just explore the world as you want, through different towns that you play through. Because as we see here, we're in the Bull Hat. Okay, I won't bore you guys with this, but the character we're going for is Green Meliodas, or Counter Meliodas as people call him. BRB. Alright, I'm back guys, but sadly it didn't go the way I wanted with when I had to re-roll a bunch of times for it. But hey, I didn't get it off the re-roll, but at least I got it through just the 38 shards, well, I think it's called crystals or something, or diamonds, that you get from the pre-registration login. And yeah, as you see here, I got Meliodas. That is who I wanted, and I'm glad I got him. And he is going to be one of the most fundamental pieces in your basis for character development that you'll need. He's one of the more important characters when it comes to it because, as you see, he basically is a counter unit, meaning that he's gonna help you out a lot in some of the more difficult situations in the game. And as you see, for the unit I actually pulled for my thing was, well, I should say Goddess Elizabeth, I think that's what she's called. Princess Elizabeth, sure. It took me about 3 hours to actually get a reroll with him. So yeah, it took me quite a while for it. But hey, that's fine. All for the products of entertainment, eh? And with Meliodas being a valuable point in this whole thing, he's quite useful. Because as you level him up and evolve him, he becomes more stronger and even more better in useful situations, like in the Gowther fight that you go through later on, where his counter is really gonna help you out. Because with Gowther and how he and with how much damage he does, he basically just annihilates you unless you have really strong units like Red Escanor and all, which literally carries you through the story. Even Green Escanor. But most of the units that you actually use in this will really vary. But even so, most of the teams that you can use and all will come around very often. And with how the game operates and how it uses things, you basically don't have to do much for anything. Considering that most of the units that you're really going to use in this are either really going to help you or they're not at all. Register. Ah, okay, there we go. Nope. Well, yeah, this whole thing about how characters will work and all can be kind of complicating in the start, but it comes around very easily. And that's one of the things that I like about this game. It doesn't take a lot to actually get used to it. Since now that it's in English, if you just start to play around a bit, you start to actually get a handle of it and what you're doing. And that really comes quickly with how the game progresses and all. Since the game only begun, there's still a lot that people are gonna be trying to figure out and all. But once characters like Red Escanor, Gowther, and all that come around, people are really gonna be putting in a lot of effort to try to get those characters, even if it means re-rolling for them. Because those characters are basically the top of the top in terms of characters and all. And that's what makes the characters really epic and cool. You can change costumes, weapons, have different varieties of teams for all things. And even you have PvP against other elements, and you even have boss characters that come around sometimes, like red demons, grey demons, and I think crimson demons as well. Which makes your love for the game really change over time. That's just what I love about it. The game never gets old if you continue to do what you love. And in the end, the game is a game that it's actually a good gacha game that I can enjoy saying that I want everyone to play. And I hope that you will consider it, considering this game really is nice. Alright, that's all from me and all. Later guys, peace.